If you need unlimited domination, clutch time, or anything else online or offline grinding, make sure you hit up RoseNBA on Twitter for quick, safe, and reliable grinding services. Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the best limited lineup that you can build for Week 5 of Season 1 in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. But before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 8,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, generally multiple videos a day, and I would really appreciate your support if you haven't already, if you do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. Let's check out the limited requirements first. So, you must use 5 NBA 2K23, or I guess NBA 2023 season series 1 cards in your lineup. You can use 1 amethyst, 5 rubies, and then everybody else on the team must be sapphire or lower. So pretty simple requirements there. I wouldn't worry too much about the series 1 players. You can add those on the end of your bench, but some of the players we use in this lineup are series 1 players. So we're going to build that lineup right now, right here. And the player that I'm going to recommend for the starting point guard position has not changed much over these last few limited lineups, and that is Ruby Ja Morant. This Ruby Ja is just a super nice all-around point guard as a starter card with an 81 three-pointer, 86 driving layup, 85 driving dunk, 87 ball handle. Not much of a defender. If you picked his defensive upgrade, he's not going to be as good of a shooter, and he's going to be a much better defender. But 86 speed, sweep ball and excel, and an 81 lateral quickness as well. A ton of silver badges include a lot of solid ones like limitless takeoff, amped blinders, catch and shoot, claymore, corner specialist, green machine, bailout, clamp breaker, handles for days, quick first step, unpluckable, etc., and then several bronze badges as well. He's got a really good release. He's an elite slasher. Not a very good defender, but that is all right. We can work around it, especially when at the 2, we're using our 1 amethyst, and it's going to be Amethyst Danny Green. One of, if not the best amethyst cards in the game right now. An elite 3-and-D guy, 6'6", 93-point shot, can dunk the ball a bit. Not a great playmaker, but he does have decent sigs, but he's a really good all-around defender, even on the interior. Gonna be your lockdown for this lineup. 82 speed and excel isn't terrible as well. And then a 93 lateral quickness badge-wise, already come with some super solid badges. Hoff clutch shooter, gold blinders, catch, claymore, corner specialist, deadeye, guard up, slippery off ball, ankle braces, challenger, clamps, glove, interceptor, menace, pick dodger, and workhorse. Shooting badges, defensive badges, silver agent 3s, amped and needle thrower, as well as bronze limitless range as well. He's a 3-and-D guy, and he's going to be elite at both of those things, and the perfect shooting guard for this lineup. At the small forward position, I know we got ourselves an amethyst Kawhi Leonard today, but we're going to go with old reliable Ruby Kawhi Leonard. A big fan of this Ruby Kawhi. Also, he fills the series 1 requirement. He's one of the 5 series 1 players that you have to use in your limited lineup. At 6'7", he's got an 81 shot 3, solid mid-range shooter, solid dunker, can play make a little bit, but his dribble style isn't amazing. That being said, very good perimeter defender, okay on the interior as well with a 74 interior. 79 speed and excel isn't great, but an 89 lateral quickness certainly is great. And he's got gold menace, silver ankle braces, challenger, clamps, glove, interceptor, pick dodger, bronze bully, pro touch, green machine, guard, a few good badges there, and a solid release. Another really good defender who can shoot the 3 and is going to be a very solid card at the small forward position. Power forward position, we're going to go with, and you got a couple options here. You could go with a guy like Ruby Jason Tatum. You could go with Ruby Paul Millsap. A couple other guys like that if you wanted to. The guy that I am personally going to go with today is going to be Ruby Tony Kukoc. I just think he's a super versatile, super solid all-around card at that backup power forward position. I'm sorry, the starting power forward position, a 78 3-ball, 84 mid-range, 75 driving dunk. Not much of a playmaker, but his defensive stats are, while not amazing, solid all the way around on the interior and the perimeter. He can rebound a bit, and he's not incredibly slow either. He's not an amazing card, but he's not horrible. Badge-wise, doesn't do a ton for you, but he's got a smooth, fast release, which is super nice, and he's going to be a capable option at the power forward position. You can shoot the 3, at least play a little bit of defense, and has pretty good size at 6'10" as well. So overall, a solid option at the power forward position. And then at center, again, going with Ruby Anthony Davis. Ja, Kawhi, and AD have been mainstays in these limited lineups as some of the best Ruby cards in the game. AD, only a 65 three-pointer, but one of the best big man releases in the game, and with how shooting is this year, you can green consistently with that. A very solid dunker and a really solid interior defender as well, capable as a rebounder, especially on the defensive end of the court. And he's got pretty decent athleticism and perimeter defensive ability, especially for a Ruby center, a guy who can shoot the ball at a decent level and has a few good silver badges like anchor and post lockdown. Also some bronze badges like chase down artist, pogo stick, box out priest, brick wall. Got himself some good interior defensive badges. Overall, AD I think is a super solid option, and he is, as y'all can see, the second series 1 player that you'll have to use. Outside of that, you have one more Ruby available. Now, who you want to go with for that Ruby is really up to you. I wouldn't say there's a specific position you need. If you feel like you're weak at any of these specific positions, then go with a guy at that backup position who you want to throw it, whether that's a guy like Ty Lawson or even Evo card like Dyson Daniels. You could throw in an Evo card who's a Ruby if you wanted to. Lots of other Ruby options that you want, and Rubies that I don't even have in my collection as well. A mashing center like Roy Hibbert is a giant you could use potentially as a Ruby. In terms of sapphires, I wouldn't say I'm as very concerned about what the sapphires you want to use. There are some decent sapphires as well, though. If you want to fill up your bench with sapphires, guys like Joe Jackson is a really, really good sapphire. DeMar DeRozan is a solid sapphire. Donnell Marshall, really, really good release. Doug Christie has a great release and is a super solid defender. Out at the big man sapphires, there aren't a lot of great big man sapphires, to be fair, but D Brown is a super solid backup point guard, I would say, who is a sapphire as well. We got some solid options. Rudy Gay, very, very solid. You could go with an interior defensive sapphire like a Rudy Gobert or a Shaq, or a stretch 5, somebody like Karl Anthony Towns if you are looking for that backup center. Or maybe you just use your other Ruby on your backup center and go with a guy like Dino Raja or Roy Hibbert, something like that. But honestly, the starting lineup is the key. I think the starting lineup is going to get the job done for you. Then you fill your bench up with one other Ruby and some other sapphires. Make sure that you have 3 more NBA series players in your lineup, even if you throw those guys as your last 3 off your bench, just so that you have a total of 5. And overall, I think that's about the best unlimited lineup that you can build right now in my team. I think that's the type of lineup that is going to give you a ton of success, because you got 5 guys on the court who can shoot. You got capable defenders, especially guys like Danny Green and Kawhi, a versatile athletic center who can shoot the ball in Anthony Davis and play some interior defense as well as being a solid rebounder, and then an elite slashing rim running point guard in Ja, who is very, very important to have on the court as well, because Ja cards this year are amazing, and having that slashing rim running PG is so crucial in a game like this year where it is so important to be able to rim run. You run a lineup like this, though, even if you change out a few things, maybe you go Amethyst Bruce Bowen instead of Danny Green, another great 3-and-D guy, or maybe you want to put in an Amethyst big man, who knows, like a Pau Gasol, and then you're going with a Ruby shooting guard. Regardless, changing things up a little bit, just keep the same idea there, making sure everybody can stretch the floor. You have capable ball handlers who can rim run, and guys surrounding that ball handler who can shoot the ball. As long as you got that baseline for your team, you're going to have a lot of success in limited. So hopefully this video did help y'all out, and if it did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.